Hi fellas, my name is Dennis and today I want to talk about the game between Barcelona and Espanyol, and Jesus Christ, that game was volatile. Of course, only a stupid Barcelona fan would suggest that a Catalan derby would be an easy walk in a park for Barcelona. Of course not. Espanyol is actually the best defense in La Liga this season. Yeah, that's a surprising fact that in a league with Atletico Madrid, Espanyol is the best defense, but yeah, that's truth. And more of that, they actually are good at in attacking. Yeah, they are not the most goal-scoring team in the world. Yes, they don't have the best players in the league, but still they're pretty decent. And of course, you would not expect the game against them. You would not expect it to be an easy type of thing, but holy cow, I did not expect it to be so complicated. The first things first, the squad. The starting 11 was again, experimental more or less. Now we had Eric Garcia and Frankie de Jong. Yeah, you could expect them to play as a double pivot this game, but I personally expected Fermin Lopez or Dani Olmo to start with them because previous games of this season showed us that Rafinha, well, okay, he might play as number 10, he might do that, but that's not the best position for him. You see that on the left side he feels much better. As number 10, he doesn't have enough space, he must make faster decisions, he must play more smart in a more smart way, while playing on the left side, he can just defeat everyone because he's a fast player. Like, you know, he has more space to make more interesting, more creative decisions. When he's number 10, that really didn't work so well this season. Of course, you might say that last year he was just an amazing player, he was an amazing number 10 and he deserved Ballon d'Or while he was playing number 10, but still, I disagree with that. This season, the previous one showed us that the best position for Rafinha is the left flank. He's a right winger, by the way. So yeah, that's the reason why I expected Fermin to start today. But okay, Hansi Flick had different point of view, and who am I to argue with him? But holy crap. I think Marcus Rashford showed us that he is no longer considered as a starting player because holy shit, he was just horrible. His attempts to do something creative, do something attacking, somehow help Ferran Torres to jump into the box, they were absolutely useless, made no sense at all. Every time that Marcus Rashford tried to do something on the left side, when he tried to enter the box, when he tried to make a cross into the box, it never worked out. Really, it never worked out. Even though you might take a look at his statistics, he has created one big chance, he has made one key pass, but still, it was a horrible performance. The guy was dispossessed for 15 times. He had 3 dribble attempts. 0 were successful. Just a friendly reminder that we're talking about Marcus Rashford, the guy whose strong side is dribbling. 0 successful dribbling attempts. I mean, yeah, as I mentioned before, Espanyol has a very good defense, but holy crap, no, it's not that good actually. I mean, we all know how good Marcus Rashford might be. The beginning of the season was actually spectacular. I mean, during this season, during the first half of the season, he might have deserved a promotion to Saudi Arabia or whatever, but not to Barcelona, please. But now, when Rafinha came back, something happened, and I think that's actually weak mentality. When Marcus Rashford feels comfortable, when there is no when there are no competitors, when he doesn't have to fight for the place in the starting 11, he might actually do things. But now with Rafinha, well, I think that was the last time when we saw Marcus Rashford in the starting 11, at least for the next 5 games. On the other hand, I actually cannot say that I was really satisfied with Rafinha's performance. Again, as I mentioned, he doesn't really feel like playing as a number 10, but when he was moved to the left side and when Fermin Lopez came to the number 10, Rafinha was still useless. In my opinion, in my honest opinion, I'm just a guy from the internet, but Rafinha was absolutely horrible today. He screwed up today, he failed the game against Espanyol, and of course there is no, it wasn't a big surprise that Hansi Flick decided, nah, let the guy have a rest, something is wrong today. And actually the same applies to Ferran Torres. You know, before this season, I actually had a lot of concerns because it was an obvious thing that Hansi Flick would try to make Ferran Torres the starting number 9 this year because, like, you know, Robert Lewandowski is getting very old. He's 38 years old, and actually it's time to go to Saudi Arabia or to MLS or to some other place, but not to earn that shit ton of money in Barcelona, please. So yeah, that was actually a pretty expected thing that Ferran Torres would be a starting guy this year, and I'm telling you, I wasn't prepared for that mentally. I was not mentally prepared for Ferran Torres as a starting number 9. I think you as well. But during the season, he actually, like, persuaded me enough. Like, come on, the guy is the best goal scorer in 2025. But every time you see that Ferran Torres might have a game like this, literally nothing works out. Nothing works out. It doesn't matter how much he tries. He just shouldn't have tried it. And that game was actually something like a perfect storm for Barcelona because 3 out of 4 attacking players just shit their pants, and we were playing against a very good defensive team. The team that actually is not only perfect at defending, but also at counterattacks. And holy moly, that's where my boy Joan Garcia comes into play. I don't know, today, Espanyol fans, they just ended up being ungrateful sons of bitches. I don't know how to call them. Like, really, bruh. The guy saved them from relegation last season. Like, probably you should be more or less grateful. Like, you know, he was the best goalkeeper last year. He brought you 25 mil. Yeah, that's not the largest sum, but still, it's something. Nah. Screw you, Joan Garcia. You prefer to promote yourself. You prefer to make a next step in your career. Here in the swamp, in Espanyol, we do not forgive that type of thing. We do not do these things here. And I think that was the reason why Garcia was extra motivated, because I haven't seen not even a single game of him like this, where, like, you know, that anything that goes into the goal is not a goal. It would be saved by Joan Garcia, whatever it takes. If he must play like, you know, Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, Jesus Christ, how old am I that I know Fantastic Four? He will do that with that save where he literally jumped out under those number 9 legs. Especially memorizing the fact that Espanyol player Per Emilia just before the game against Barcelona, the guy went to some random talk show and he was talking like, well, you know, I would love to step on Lamine Yamal's leg. But that wasn't it. Later on, he was making something like penalty shot out, and of course, Joan Garcia was a goalkeeper, but of course, it wasn't real Joan Garcia. It was a paper doll, so to say. And after the first shot, he almost broke paper Joan Garcia's head, which made the host so happy that he was like, yeah, come on, break his head, break his arm. Yeah, that's gonna be a content. Well, during this game, Per Emilia also tried to break Joan Garcia's head, but something didn't really work out. And of course, there was no doubt that he would be an MVP, but actually, I feel some injustice because of that, because, you know, actually, Fermin Lopez has saved the day today. Like, he has 2 assists, he was just brilliant, he was as hardworking as usual, but goddamn, Joan Garcia has been doing that for the whole game, not only for the second half. Who knows? Maybe if Hansi Flick allowed Fermin Lopez to play from the beginning, maybe he would have been the MVP, but we would never know that. And actually, surprising thing, bruh, Daniel Olmo was also pretty good. That's surprising for me because, in my opinion, in 2025, he was one of the 2 disappointing players in Barcelona, like Ronald Araujo. But still, yeah, he did very, very good. And I also want to add one frightening detail. I think y'all have noticed that Barca had significantly improved with Pedri in the field, and I don't know about you, but in my honest opinion, he also deserved Ballon d'Or, and now you can actually see how dependent the team is on him. Please never be injured again. Okay, fellas, this is it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button in a freaking face like it was Joan Garcia's hater and the person who was persuading you that his transfer was absolutely useless. And of course, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. Ciao.